So from the Caribbean perspective, I think we should stick to the multilateral because we have the framework in place already. But just to jump from what Peter said, the political will must be there. The government must facilitate the expansion of air transport. I actually believe they understand the importance of air transport. What happens is they see air transport as a cash cow. So they increase the taxes to increase the government revenues as opposed to pumping those taxes back into the aviation system. So that mindset needs to change. And how we do that is by coming together as an industry and lobbying the government through entities like ACI, ICAO, IATA.
So, for example, what is the likelihood that the Caribbean community would reach an agreement with the Andean community, with the CLAC, to kind of come up with a regional multilateral agreement, not exactly the same, but similar to what has been achieved many years back in the European Union, but also in ASEAN, which is, you know, the Asian, Southeast Asian community of states that are actually quite diverse as well, like Latin America. You have Singapore, you have Indonesia, you have Laos, Cambodia, and they've managed actually over the years to create the winning conditions, so to speak, for them to have a proper organized system of liberalization that actually has real effects. It's not just a paper with some text written, but actually something that can be implemented, something that takes into account regional airports. What is the likelihood? Do you think there's like appetite, or those regions are just too different to think about something as ambitious as a multilateral framework for the region?
So the evidence for my part does not suggest it, because I see the Caribbean governments foregoing South and Central America and going all the way to Africa and the Middle East and signing agreements with those governments to increase the business traffic, the tourism traffic. But what you have is a disjointed situation where there's a situation happening in South and Central America. There are opportunities there. The same is happening in the Caribbean. But we have a situation where we have not been able to solve our problems. For example, the major issue in the Caribbean is intra-regional connectivity. And before we go out to any other grouping, we need to solve that issue. And the thing is, how do we solve that? We solve that by creating the environment that would cause the airlines to thrive and to consolidate. Because I'm of the opinion that we have enough aircraft, enough equipment in the Caribbean to cover absolutely every route. But what happens is that the airlines don't have the incentive or the encouragement to come together. So everybody needs to come around the table, government and private sector, create that environment and cause that consolidation. And what you will see is the issue of inter-regional connectivity being addressed. When we get it right in our region, then we could go to South America and exploit those opportunities there. Because geographically, we are there already with Guyana, with Suriname, with Central America. So theoretically, to go back to your question, yes. But in reality, we have not shown the political will to do that.
Maybe Alfonso, I mean, you have the European experience as a European representative, but I think it'd be interesting to hear your observations about what is missing or what is lacking in the region.
Bueno,
and the work needs to be
déjenme un principio muy importante. Históricamente tienen que saber ustedes que